Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the March 26th trade update. We had a nice little move up in the markets today, as expected, if you listened to yesterday's or last night's market update. Let's take a look at that. Nice gap up, and it kind of ran, which we more or less expected. We said the Russell looked like it was kind of breaking down, but we took a look at the Dow and said that, hey, this is a fantastic buy point for the Dow, so it should be a strong day in the Dow tomorrow. And also if you take a look at the S&P, we said it reversed a little bit early, and it was probably going to go up today. So this is as expected. I would expect S&P to run up into this area here, and the Russell is probably going to run up a little bit higher as well. So let's take a look at our positions. First, we'll start with the April M3 trade. What I did with that today is I came in here and sold off. This was the position before the start of the day. What I did is I came in, I bought a vertical at 810, 820, sold off the 770 butterfly, and rolled it up into 790. So now we're sitting at two 790 butterflies. We have a 810, 820 vertical spread. We have a 790, 800 vertical spread, and we have two IWM calls sitting here at different strikes. So the trade is looking good. There's nothing wrong with this. Our Vega is still positive, but it's not terribly positive. Plus the market volatility is low, so I'm not overly concerned about that. We are positive theta. If the market continues up, and I hope it does, if we get a nice push up to 865 here, I'll be able to roll this up into the 810, possibly 820 level, at which case it would be really good to take advantage of closing in this range. So I'm very optimistic with this trade. It looks great. As far as the bearish butterfly for April, this required no adjustments today. I do have an adjustment point set at 860, where we're going to add the last third in. Again, what we're probably going to end up with here is a delta theta problem. I have a maximum delta of minus 50 on this, which it's very possible it gets hit tomorrow. So if the market gets over 850 and I'm over 50 delta, then I'm going to take this and roll this up to 860. If we get over 850, if we don't get over 850 and we start to have a major delta problem, then the 820 is simply coming off and we're back to a single 840 until we get high enough to add the 860 in. But we can always go back and play with one position at that point according to our guidelines. And okay, so that's it for that position. We're still up money on this. What is about a couple $100. Small pullback towards the end of the week, and we should be at our minimal profit target. If we continue up, we'll just stay with it. Let's take a look at the May bearish butterfly. That's sitting here. What happened here is we started at 800 with an add point at 840. However, before we hit our add point, we hit a delta theta problem, so I ended up having to roll this to 820, and that makes us more on top of the market, so that when we hit 840, we exceeded 840, we added an 840. And this trade currently looks like this. Same position as the April trade, actually. Of course, our delta and stuff's a little more under control because we're further from expiration. So, this trade looks good. Same type of thing with the April bearish butterfly. If we hold this channel, we should be fine. If we hold the very top of it, it might be an issue. As far as the May trade, this is looking really nice if the market pulls into this area here and we get fully scaled in and it settles out. Okay. And last but not least, I was asked what I was going to do this month with the bearish butterfly with the modified position. My modification was actually, I was looking at the charts, yesterday. If you take today's movement out of this, looking at the charts, this looks pretty bullish. We're coming into this trend line. We're probably going to have a bounce more than likely. So I didn't necessarily want my reference point down here at 800, nor my first butterfly. So and I didn't want to necessarily buy when I was so bullish. So in order to show my bullishness, I simply wait. And I wait to see if we get some sort of a breakout to the upside when the butterfly gets a lot cheaper, and I can go ahead and put at the reference point that I want, which was actually 810. And the reason I wanted the 810 reference point is because if I have an 810 reference point, I get fully scaled in this thing at 870. So my plan is the market's probably going to touch or exceed slightly at 870 before it comes down, and that will position us perfectly to take a good profit. If I am wrong and it breaks down, that's typically not a problem for this trade. And so since I waited, I did not enter this trade until today, because we actually got the breakout today, as you know. And it was a great day to come in and stick on the 810s at a price of 10.13. This is something that was going for around 14 bucks just on Friday. So this made it really nice. All right, and that's the positions. That's the fast and dirty explanation of the setup for the May bearish butterfly. And that's it for now. So happy trading, everybody. Enjoy your trading, and I will keep you updated with any changes. Thank you. Good night.